Welcome to the science fiction universe. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with new stories. Now, let's begin the story. Aelara stepped into the interstellar bar, her senses immediately overwhelmed by the hum of conversations, the clinking of glasses, and the eclectic mix of alien and human music playing from a holographic jukebox. Neon lights changed colors, casting a cozy yet vibrant ambience across the space. The bar counter, made of bioluminescent material, glowed softly, and the various exotic drinks displayed behind it caught her eye. She sighed, seeking a moment of respite from the pressures of her diplomatic training. Aelara ordered an exotic drink and found a corner table, savoring the tangy, citrus-like flavor. The bar was filled with patrons of different shapes and sizes, each engaged in lively discussions. As she observed the scene, her blue skin shimmered under the dim lighting. Nearby, a human man was chatting with the bartender about different human spirits. His seasoned demeanor and approachable nature caught her attention. Deciding to order another drink, Aelara approached the bar and, in a moment of distraction, bumped into the man. "I'm so sorry," she exclaimed, her voice tinged with embarrassment. "No worries at all," he replied with a warm smile. "I'm Jacob. Nice to meet you." Aelara, she introduced herself, feeling a spark of curiosity. They started a conversation, sharing light-hearted anecdotes about their cultures. Aelara revealed her aspirations to become a leading diplomat, and Jacob shared some humorous blunders from his diplomatic experiences. They both expressed surprise and admiration for each other's dedication to diplomacy, quickly finding common ground in their shared passion. Their laughter echoed through the bar, and a mutual interest was evident. However, their conversation was briefly interrupted by a minor scuffle between two alien patrons. Aelara quickly intervened, using her diplomatic training to resolve the tension, impressing Jacob. As the evening progressed, they continued their conversation, oblivious to the passing time. "I've never seen a place like this. Do you come here often?" Jacob asked. "Only when I need a break from the chaos of diplomacy," Aelara replied, her eyes sparkling with amusement. "Tell me about your home planet." Jacob began to describe Earth, and Aelara listened intently, fascinated by the differences and similarities between their worlds. They were so engrossed in their conversation that they barely noticed the hints of political unrest in the background discussions of other patrons. As the bar began to empty, Aelara realized how late it was. "I should probably get going," she said reluctantly. "Me too," Jacob agreed. "But I've really enjoyed talking with you. Maybe we could meet again." "I'd like that," Aelara replied with a smile. They exchanged contact information, and Aelara left the bar, feeling a strange mix of excitement and nervousness about the unexpected connection she had made. The next morning, Aelara walked through the sleek, modern halls of her training academy. The glass walls and holographic displays gave the academy an advanced, futuristic feel. Alien students and professors were engaged in various diplomatic studies, and the ambient hum of advanced technology filled the air. The scent of fresh flowers from the academy grounds mingled with the sterile aroma of the hallways. Aelara attended a diplomatic training session focused on conflict resolution. Her mentor, Ambassador Crix, led the session, emphasizing the importance of maintaining professional boundaries, especially with humans. Aelara listened attentively, though her thoughts occasionally drifted back to her conversation with Jacob. After the session, Aelara approached Ambassador Crix for advice. "Ambassador, do you think it's wise to engage with humans outside official duties? Diplomacy is about building bridges, but be cautious," Aelara Crix advised, his tone protective. "Remember, your primary focus should be on your training." Aelara nodded, appreciating the guidance. As she walked to her next class, her comm device beeped with a new message. She opened it to find a cryptic warning about political intrigue from an unknown sender. The message hinted at potential dangers, but provided no specifics, leaving Aelara feeling unsettled and confused as to why she, a trainee, would receive such information. Reflecting on her encounter with Jacob, Aelara felt a mix of curiosity and uncertainty. Despite the ambassador's advice, she decided to meet Jacob again to learn more about human diplomacy. She sent him a message, arranging a time and place for their next meeting. Later that evening, Aelara sat in her room, reviewing her notes and preparing for the next day's lessons. Her mind kept wandering to Jacob and the cryptic message. The Academy's holographic displays provided vibrant, colorful visuals that contrasted with her growing sense of unease. A shadowy figure watched Aelara from afar, adding to the tension. Unaware of this, Aelara continued her studies, determined to excel in her training while also satisfying her growing curiosity about humans. As the night grew darker, Aelara made a silent promise to herself she would balance her duties with her personal interests carefully, ensuring that neither would compromise the other. The cryptic message suggested deeper political conspiracies, but Aelara resolved to stay vigilant and cautious. She fell asleep with thoughts of Jacob and the potential political threats swirling in her mind, unaware of the challenges and dangers that lay ahead. The tranquil park was a sanctuary amidst the bustling interstellar metropolis, with bioluminescent plants glowing softly as evening fell. Alien flowers of vibrant colors and unique shapes dotted the landscape, while exotic birds with melodious calls flitted between the trees. Aelara and Jacob strolled along the winding paths, savoring the peaceful environment. "This park is beautiful," Jacob remarked, admiring the bioluminescent plants. "It's so different from anything on Earth." Aelara smiled. "It is one of our treasures. Each plant has its own unique glow." They shared more about their respective worlds and cultures, deepening their understanding of each other. Aelara expressed her concerns about the rising political tension she had sensed. "There's a growing unease among the diplomatic circles," she confided. "It feels like something is about to happen." Jacob nodded, his face serious. "I've seen similar issues back on Earth. Political tensions can escalate quickly if not handled properly. How do you handle such situations here?" Aelara sighed. "We rely heavily on dialogue and mediation, but it's not always enough. There are times when conflicts become inevitable." As they walked, they witnessed an altercation between two alien species near a serene pond. Without hesitation, Aelara and Jacob intervened, using their diplomatic skills to defuse the situation. Their complementary strengths were evident, and their bond strengthened as they worked together to restore peace. After the incident, they found a quiet spot under a large, glowing tree and shared some fresh, alien fruit. The sweet and slightly tangy taste added to the serene atmosphere, and they enjoyed a peaceful moment that solidified their growing connection. "This fruit is amazing," Jacob said, savoring the flavor. "What's it called?" "Zerka fruit," Aelara replied with a smile. "It's a delicacy here." Their conversation turned to lighter topics, and they laughed and shared stories from their lives. As the evening progressed, they overheard a brief conversation between two passing diplomats about rising political tensions. The overheard discussion hinted at future conflicts, deepening their resolve to work together. "Aelara, I want to help you navigate these tensions," Jacob said earnestly. "We need to understand each other's worlds better to maintain peace." Aelara looked at him, her heart swelling with gratitude and admiration. "I appreciate that, Jacob. Together we can make a difference." As they walked back towards the park's entrance, the bioluminescent plants cast a magical light around them, symbolizing the growing bond and understanding between them. They parted ways with a promise to meet again, knowing that their combined efforts would be crucial in the times ahead. The grand structure of the futuristic conference hall loomed before them, its high ceilings and large windows offering breathtaking views of the metropolis. Inside, holographic displays provided real-time translations and information, creating a cacophony of voices as diplomats from various species mingled. The air was filled with the scent of exotic perfumes and incense unique to different cultures, adding to the hall's opulent ambience. Aelara joined Jacob in presenting a united front on a joint initiative aimed at strengthening interstellar cooperation. As she gained valuable hands-on experience, tensions quickly rose as representatives from other species expressed opposition to their proposal. The sleek, metallic furniture reflected the ambient light, creating a polished yet tense atmosphere. As the discussions grew heated, Aelara received another cryptic message on her comm device. The warning of impending danger heightened her anxiety, but she maintained her composure. During a break, she and Jacob discussed the potential threat discreetly. "We need to tread carefully," Jacob whispered, his eyes scanning the room. "There's something not right about these messages, Aelara." Aelara nodded, her mind racing. "We must stay united. Our worlds depend on it." They decided to investigate discreetly and soon uncovered a lead pointing to a possible saboteur within the conference. The realization raised the stakes significantly. Aelara's mentor, Ambassador Crix, offered discreet support, advising caution while acknowledging the risks. The atmosphere at the conference grew increasingly tense as political alliances were tested. Representatives clashed over the proposed initiative, and the air buzzed with mistrust and suspicion. Aelara and Jacob's determination to uncover the truth behind the warnings only grew stronger. "We need to be cautious." "There are too many unknowns," Jacob said, his tone serious. Aelara's quick thinking and decisiveness in the high-pressure diplomatic setting were evident, and Jacob's supportive and strategic nature showcased his experience and wisdom. Their growing mutual respect and reliance on each other in the face of adversity became increasingly apparent. As the day wore on, they managed to gather more information about the potential saboteur. The holographic displays and alien symbols provided crucial data, guiding their investigation. The taste of various intergalactic delicacies, each with unique flavors and textures, punctuated their tense discussions. Aelara's drive to protect her world and uncover the truth behind the warnings fueled her actions. Jacob's commitment to supporting Aelara and ensuring peace and stability strengthened their bond. By the end of the conference, Aelara and Jacob had a clearer picture of the challenges ahead. The potential saboteur's motives and affiliations suggested a larger conspiracy, and the stakes were higher than ever. Despite the tension, their resolve to work together and uncover the truth remained unwavering. As they left the conference hall, Aelara turned to Jacob. "We need to stay vigilant. This is just the beginning." Jacob nodded, his expression determined. "We'll get to the bottom of this, Aelara. Together." The grand structure of the conference hall stood as a symbol of the challenges they faced, but also of the hope and unity they embodied. Aelara and Jacob walked away, ready to face the adversities ahead with determination and resilience. The bustling streets of the interstellar metropolis were a cacophony of activity as Aelara and Jacob navigated through the crowd. The neon signs and flickering lights illuminated the night, casting a colorful glow over the diverse array of alien species going about their daily business. The alleys, however, were narrow and shadowy, filled with the pungent smell of smoke and exotic spices. Black market stalls, hidden in the depths of these alleys, dealt in illegal technologies, creating an atmosphere of tension and secrecy. "This place gives me the creeps." "Stay close," Jacob whispered, his eyes scanning the surroundings. Aelara nodded, her senses on high alert. They were following a lead to a seedy part of the city, hoping to gather more information about the conspiracy they had uncovered. As they ventured deeper into the alleys, Aelara used her diplomatic training to discreetly gather information from the vendors. Her calm demeanor and quick thinking helped her navigate the dangerous environment. Their search led them to a black market dealing in illegal technologies, a potential hotbed for the conspiracy. As Aelara engaged a vendor in conversation, Jacob's combat skills were suddenly put to the test. Unknown assailants ambushed them, their attack swift and brutal. Jacob moved with precision, protecting Aelara and fending off the attackers. "We're getting closer." "I can feel it," Aelara said, her voice filled with determination as they fought off the assailants. The fight ended as abruptly as it began, leaving them with bruises and a heightened sense of urgency. They discovered a connection between the black market and the conference sabotage, raising the stakes even higher. A shadowy figure provided a crucial clue before vanishing into the night, leaving them with more questions. "Who was that?" Jacob asked, his breath coming in heavy gasps. "I don't know, but we need to find out. We can't trust anyone here." "Watch your back," Aelara replied, her mind racing with possibilities. As they made their way out of the alleys, the rough, uneven pavement underfoot made their progress slow and cautious. The neon signs and flickering lights cast eerie shadows, adding to the sense of danger. The sound of haggling and whispers in multiple languages filled the air, creating a tense atmosphere. The taste of adrenaline and tension lingered as they narrowly escaped a trap set by the saboteur. Their determination to uncover the truth and protect their people only solidified further. Aelara's adaptability and quick thinking under pressure were highlighted, while Jacob's strategic thinking and leadership were showcased, guiding them through the danger. "We need to analyze this clue and figure out our next move," Jacob said, as they finally reached a safer part of the city. Aelara nodded, her mind already piecing together the information they had gathered. "Let's head back to my apartment. We can work from there." Their growing trust and reliance on each other's strengths deepened their bond. As they walked, the shadowy figure's warning about a greater threat echoed in their minds, hinting at future challenges. The mystery was deepening, and the stakes were higher than ever. Aelara's apartment was a cozy sanctuary filled with alien artifacts and mementos from her family's diplomatic history, reflecting her personality and interests. Personal touches adorned the walls, while the scent of alien incense created a calming atmosphere. The soft, ambient lighting added to the apartment's warm ambience. Aelara and Jacob settled into the living area, analyzing the clue they had received. Holographic displays projected data as they pieced together the information. "This is starting to make sense," Aelara murmured, her brow furrowed in concentration. Jacob looked up from the display. "What do you think it means?" Before Aelara could respond, her comm device beeped. It was a message from her mentor, Ambassador Crix, warning her about the dangers ahead. The cryptic warning added to her growing sense of unease. Aelara took a deep breath, steadying her nerves before speaking. "I've never felt this way before. We're in this together," she said, her eyes meeting Jacob's with newfound determination. The tender moment revealed deeper feelings for each other, solidifying their bond. Suddenly, the tranquility of the apartment was shattered by the sound of breaking glass and shouts. Unknown assailants had breached their sanctuary. Jacob sprang into action, his strategic thinking and combat skills coming to the fore. "They know where we are. We need to be more careful," he said, protecting Aelara as they fended off the attackers. The fight was intense, but Aelara and Jacob managed to capture one of the assailants for interrogation. The captured assailant revealed limited information before escaping, raising more questions than answers. The sight of Aelara's mementos scattered in the chaos reflected the disruption in her life. "We need to find out who's behind this," and fast, Aelara said, her voice resolute despite the fear and adrenaline coursing through her veins. The experience highlighted Aelara's vulnerability and strength in moments of crisis, showcasing her resilience. Jacob's quick thinking and resourcefulness were evident as he ensured their escape. The deepening emotional connection between them grew stronger as they navigated the challenges together. The scent of alien incense mingled with the lingering tension in the air, adding to the surreal atmosphere. The feel of smooth, alien materials and artifacts under their fingers provided a stark contrast to the chaotic events. Despite the immediate danger, their determination to continue their mission only grew stronger. As they sat amidst the aftermath, Aelara looked at Jacob. "We need to stay focused. This is bigger than us." Jacob nodded, his expression resolute. "We'll uncover the truth and put an end to this, together." The cryptic warning from Ambassador Crix hinted at a greater conspiracy, suggesting that the challenges ahead would only become more formidable. But Aelara and Jacob were ready to face them, their bond and resilience stronger than ever. The high-tech lab hummed with activity as Aelara and Jacob stepped inside. Holographic displays provided real-time data and analysis, while the sterile, clean scent of the lab added to its futuristic ambience. Cold, metallic surfaces and advanced equipment lined the walls, and the sound of beeping machines and electronic hums filled the air. They were greeted by Dr. Threx, a renowned scientist with ties to both their worlds. His sharp eyes and composed demeanor reassured them as he led them to a secluded area of the lab. "What brings you here?" Dr. Threx asked, looking between Aelara and Jacob. "We need your expertise, Dr. Threx." "This could save lives," Aelara said, handing him the clue they had gathered. Dr. Threx examined the data, his eyes narrowing in concentration. "This organization is more dangerous than we thought," he murmured, piecing together the information. "They're plotting against the Interstellar Alliance." Aelara and Jacob exchanged a worried glance. "We need to stop them," Jacob said. "Can you help us?" Dr. Threx nodded. "I'll join your cause. My scientific support might be crucial." As they devised a plan to infiltrate the organization's headquarters, the atmosphere became increasingly tense. They knew the stakes were high and the dangers imminent. Their discussion was interrupted by an ambush, but they managed to escape with Dr. Threx's help, showcasing their resourcefulness. "We'll need a solid plan and all the help we can get," Jacob said, as they regrouped in a secure area of the lab. Dr. Threx's presence added depth to their team, and Aelara's persistence and leadership in the face of growing danger became even more apparent. Jacob's strategic thinking and resourcefulness also shone through, showcasing his skills. As they prepared for the challenges ahead, the sterile, clean scent of the lab and the feel of cold, metallic surfaces heightened their senses. The sound of beeping machines and electronic hums filled the air, creating a busy ambience. The sight of holographic displays and scientific data added to the lab's advanced environment, while the taste of tension and urgency lingered, heightening their alertness. Aelara's drive to uncover the conspiracy and protect her people, despite the dangers, fueled her actions. Jacob's commitment to supporting Aelara and ensuring peace showcased his dedication. The alliance against the conspiracy was solidified, setting the stage for future conflicts. As they left the lab, Dr. Threx offered a final piece of advice. "The scope of this organization's influence is extensive. Be cautious." Aelara nodded, her resolve stronger than ever. "We'll get through this, together." The hidden headquarters of the secret organization loomed before them, accessed through a series of secret tunnels deep underground. The air was stale and musty, adding to the ominous atmosphere. The walls were rough and unpolished, creating a sense of unease. Distant machinery and hushed voices filled the air, creating an eerie ambience. The taste of fear and adrenaline heightened their senses as they navigated the danger. Aelara, Jacob, and Dr. Threx infiltrated the headquarters using a clever disguise. Their skills were put to the test as they navigated through security systems and avoided detection. The stakes were raised as they discovered the organization's plan to destabilize the interstellar alliance. Aelara retrieved vital data that could expose the conspiracy, adding to their evidence. Their mission took a dangerous turn when they encountered the leader of the organization, who recognized Aelara. Immediate danger loomed as a tense confrontation ensued. The leader's motives were revealed, adding depth to the conflict. "We need to get this data to the authorities." "It's our only chance," Aelara said, her voice steady despite the tension. "Stay close and be ready for anything," Jacob instructed, his protective nature shining through. "This ends now. We can't let them succeed," Dr. Threx added, his resolve evident. They narrowly escaped, but Dr. Threx was injured in the process, raising the stakes further. The stale, musty smell of the hidden headquarters and the feel of rough, unpolished walls heightened their senses. The sound of distant machinery and hushed voices filled the air with an eerie ambience. The sight of the organization's secret plans and maps added to the sense of urgency. During the intense confrontation, Aelara's quick thinking under pressure was pivotal in navigating the challenges, while Jacob's strategic decisions ensured their safety. Dr. Threx, despite his injury, displayed remarkable resilience and provided crucial scientific insights that added depth to their mission. As they regrouped in a safe location, Aelara looked at Jacob. "We need to get this data to the authorities. It's our only chance." Jacob nodded, his expression serious. "We'll find a way to stop them. Together." The hints about the organization's final plan and the upcoming climax suggested future challenges, but their determination to continue remained unwavering. The plot was thickening, and the stakes were higher than ever, but Aelara, Jacob, and Dr. Threx were ready to face whatever lay ahead. The high-security government facility was a fortress of sleek, modern architecture, fortified with advanced security systems. As Aelara and Jacob entered, the sterile, high-tech environment created a palpable sense of safety and urgency. Alarms blared and urgent voices filled the air, signaling the intensity of the situation. Smooth, cold metal surfaces and holographic displays added to the futuristic vibe, providing real-time information. Aelara and Jacob presented the vital data to high-ranking officials, their faces set with determination. This evidence is irrefutable, Aelara declared. The conspiracy threatens the entire interstellar alliance. Despite their urgency, they faced skepticism and resistance from some officials. "We need more proof," one of the officials insisted. "This could be a ploy." Aelara's mentor, Ambassador Crix, stepped forward. "I vouch for them. Their information is credible, and their actions have been honorable." The tension in the room was palpable as Aelara and Jacob tried to convince the doubters. Suddenly, the facility was attacked by the organization's operatives. The sound of explosions and gunfire echoed through the halls, creating chaos. "Protect the data," Jacob shouted, moving to secure the holographic displays and urgent messages. Aelara fought alongside him, her leadership and resolve evident as they coordinated the defense. As the battle raged, they uncovered a mole within the facility working for the organization. The revelation added depth to the conflict, heightening the stakes. "We've come this far. We can't let them win now," Aelara said, her voice filled with determination. In the midst of the chaos, they managed to transmit the data to all allied planets, exposing the conspiracy. The sterile, high-tech environment of the facility contrasted sharply with the frantic, chaotic atmosphere. The taste of tension and determination heightened their senses as they fought to protect the officials and secure the data. "Trust is hard to come by in these times. Stay vigilant," Jacob warned, his eyes scanning the room for threats. With the data transmitted and the conspiracy exposed, Aelara and Jacob regrouped with Ambassador Crix. "We have to convince them." "Lives are at stake," Aelara said, her voice steady despite the chaos. Jacob nodded, his expression resolute. "We'll overcome this challenge side by side." The conspiracy was out in the open, setting the stage for the final showdown. The hints about the organization's final desperate move suggested future challenges, but Aelara and Jacob were ready to face them with unwavering determination. The interstellar metropolis was on high alert. The streets, once bustling with everyday life, were now filled with armed patrols and heightened security measures. The sound of explosions and battle cries filled the air as the final battle commenced. The smell of smoke and burning debris permeated the atmosphere, adding to the sense of urgency. Aelara and Jacob regrouped with their allies, their faces set with determination. "This is it. We fight for our future," Aelara said, rallying the diverse group of species around her. They had learned that the organization was planning a final, desperate attack on the metropolis. The stakes had never been higher. Aelara and Jacob prepared for the confrontation, rallying support from various species. Their ability to lead and coordinate efforts shone as they organized the defense. The massive battle that ensued was chaotic and intense. Aelara faced the leader of the organization in a final showdown. The confrontation was fierce, with both sides fighting with everything they had. "For peace and for our worlds," Aelara shouted, her voice carrying over the din of battle. Jacob coordinated the defense, ensuring the safety of civilians and directing the allied forces. His strategic skills and protective nature were evident as he moved through the chaos. The feel of gritty pavement underfoot and the heat of battle heightened their senses as they fought to protect their city. Despite the overwhelming odds, Aelara and Jacob's combined efforts led to the defeat of the organization. The sight of the metropolis in chaos, but also the resilience of its inhabitants, highlighted their determination and strength. The sound of explosions gradually faded, replaced by the cheers of victory. Peace was restored, and the alliance was strengthened. The main plot concluded with a sense of hope and unity. Aelara and Jacob stood amidst the ruins, their bond and mutual respect deeper than ever. "This is just the beginning," Aelara said, her eyes meeting Jacob's. "We'll face whatever comes next," together Jacob replied, his voice filled with confidence. The hints at future challenges and the continuing alliance suggested potential sequels, but for now peace had been achieved. The theme of resilience and unity in the face of adversity had been fully realized, and Aelara and Jacob were ready to face whatever the future held.